Okay. If the function is in the standard form, like ax squared plus bx plus c, then the vertex, the x coordinate of the vertex is negative b divided by 2a. Negative b divided by 2a. That is the formula you need to memorize to find the x coordinate of the vertex. The axis of symmetry is also the same. X is equal to negative b over 2a. Okay, let's go over this one more time. F of x is equal to ax squared plus bx plus c is called the standard form of a quadratic equation. When that leading coefficient, which is a, is positive, the graph is going to open up. When the leading coefficient is negative, the graph opens down. The constant in your equation, which is c, is the y-intercept. So 0, c is the y-intercept. You can find the x coordinate of the vertex by memorizing this formula. X is equal to negative b over 2a. Axis of symmetry is x is equal to negative b over 2a. Are there any questions?
Ms. Mohandas, what do you mean by constant?
See that the other two variables has x in it, ax squared plus bx. Constant is the term that doesn't have the variable in it. Look at this term. C doesn't have an x, right? So that's called the constant.
I just got confused.
No problem. Please ask questions. So any term that has x in it is not a constant. So the constant, which is c, without the x, is the y-intercept.
Okay.
Okay. And these are the two things that you guys have to memorize. Okay. Memorize this. Memorize this. Okay, let's do a problem. You're asked to find the axis of symmetry and the vertex of the graph f of x is equal to 2x squared minus 4x plus 5. Okay, first I want you guys to identify A, B, and C. A in this problem is
2x squared.
No, 2. A is the coefficient of x squared. Look at this. A is the coefficient of x squared. So A is just a 2. Get it?
Mm-hmm.
B is the coefficient of x. What is the coefficient of x here?
-4.
That's correct. And C is the constant, which is 5. Okay. We are asked to find the axis of symmetry and the vertex. Let's find the axis of symmetry first. Axis of symmetry. X is equal to, what is the formula you're going to use to find the axis of symmetry?
Negative b over 2a.
Okay, I want you guys to write that down. Negative b over 2a. Negative b. B is -4. So what is negative b?
+4?
Negative, +4 divided by 2 times 2, which is 4 divided by 4, which is 1. So the axis of symmetry is x is equal to 1. We need to find the vertex. Next is the vertex. So vertex is going to be x comma y. And what is the x coordinate of the vertex? Isn't that the same as the axis of symmetry, because the x coordinate is found by negative b over 2a.
Mm-hmm.
So you just got the x coordinate of the vertex. Oh, hi Ali. I think you missed the other. Did you miss the other classes? Did you not see my email?
Yeah, I didn't see it till like recently. It was like
okay.
at the bottom.
Okay, so this week it's going to be today there was a confusion. I think I sent the email saying there's 1 to 2, but then it's actually from 2 to 3. So then I changed it to 15 because only very few people actually joined in. So for people who are actually joined just today, the next class will be Wednesday at 2
Okay.
and Thursday at 2. Wednesday and Thursday at 2 p.m. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So we already got the x coordinate of the vertex. Now, how do you find the y coordinate of the vertex?
Plug in X.
Yes. To find the y coordinate, you're going to plug in. I'm just going to write it here. Okay. 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 Let's plug it in to find the y coordinate. Just pick another note. Example 1 continued. Okay. To find the y coordinate, plug in x is equal to 1 into your function, which is f of x. So what is f of x in this problem?
1.
No, f of x is 2x squared minus 4x plus 5, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you're going to f of x is equal to, can one of you say that one more time? 2x squared?
2x squared minus 4x plus 5.
Okay, so the y coordinate is going to be 2 times 1 square minus 4 times 1 plus 5, which is what?
-3, I think.
Let me see, I did, is it -3 or +3?
Positive, my bad.
+3. So therefore, vertex is 1, 3. Did we answer the whole question?
Yes.
Okay, we were asked to find the axis of symmetry, which is this, and then we were asked to find the vertex, which is this, 1, 3. Okay,
Okay.
now let's try example 2. In example 2, you're asked to graph the function and then describe the domain and range. You guys are already familiar with the domain and range. You already know how to graph it, but I'm going to show you guys a different way of graphing today. Okay, so just watch. First, again, I want you guys to find the axis of symmetry. X is equal to, can I hear from everyone? What is the axis of symmetry formula?
-b over 2a.
Correct. Plug it in. Axis of symmetry is 1. Okay. I want you guys to graph the axis of symmetry now. Graph the axis of symmetry here. And axis of symmetry, we normally use dashed line for axis of symmetry. So I'm going to use a dashed line for the axis of symmetry. Okay, that's your axis of symmetry. Next, we are going to find the vertex. Vertex. You know the x coordinate is already this. X coordinate is a -b over 2a, which is the axis of symmetry. You write that. And find the y coordinate. X squared minus 2x minus 3. I'm going to go here. Example 2 continued. Y is equal to x squared minus 2x minus 3. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yes.
So y coordinate is going to be 1 squared minus 2 times 1 minus 3, which is?
-4.
Correct. So the vertex is 1, -4. Okay, 1, -4. Next step, I want you guys to plot the vertex. Plot the vertex. So let's go here. It's 1 comma negative 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's my vertex. Okay. Now, if you can somehow find 2 more points, that's good enough for this lesson. Okay. And then we can easily find 1 more point. Can you guys tell me what's the y-intercept of this equation? If you kind of forgot, look at this right here. How do you find the y-intercept of this function? It's
Oh,
the
it's a constant.
it's the constant. What is the constant in this problem?
-3.
Negative 3. So what is the y-intercept?
-3.
Correct. Next is y-intercept is 0 comma negative 3. I want you guys to plot that. Got it. Okay, 0 comma negative 3. So which is right here. Okay. Now, do you know the meaning of axis of symmetry? Symmetry
No.
means splitting into 2 equal parts, right? So if this red line is the axis of symmetry, then there should be a point that is on the opposite side of the axis of symmetry, right? Because that's what it means. This should be reflected. So you just look at the distance between this point to that point and just move exactly the opposite direction.
2 comma
So
negative.
that's your third point.
Oh,
Got it? Okay.
Yep.
And then in this lesson, this is all I'm looking for. You just have to give me 3 points. One of the points is going to be your vertex. The second point is going to be your y-intercept. And the third point is the one reflected across the axis of symmetry to the opposite side. And then use a smooth curve and then connect them. Again, there are more lessons that we'll be doing about graphing, so it progresses to a better graph. But at this point in this lesson, 3 points is good enough. But those 3 points are exactly the 3 points that I'm asking you guys to do. Vertex, y-intercept, reflection across the axis of symmetry. If you guys want to do one more problem like this, because I feel like there was a lot of things. Okay, I'll pick up one more problem, but it's not there in the notes, but I can add it. Okay, go ahead, write the domain. Domain is equal to all real numbers. Domain of quadratic functions is always all real numbers, and the range is
y is greater than -4, I think.
Yeah, it's everything above -4. So it's going to be y greater than or equal to -4. So that's the domain and range. Is this clear to everyone?
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to add an extra example. Let me take out the textbook, wait. Okay, so let's see, we are on 8.3. 8.3. Okay, write it down. K of x is equal to K of x is equal to Okay, write the domain. Ready? Okay. First, axis of symmetry. What is the formula to find the axis of symmetry?
Negative b over 2a.
Correct. Negative b over x is equal to negative b over 2a. So that's going to be 8 divided by 2 is 4. Vertex. X coordinate is 4, we know for sure. Now the y coordinate is going to be 4 quantity square minus 8 times 4 plus 7. What is that?
Oh, 4.
Yeah. X is equal to 4. What about the y coordinate?
Oh, negative 9.
That's correct. Negative 9. Okay. So we got the axis of symmetry. Now we need the y-intercept. Y-intercept is always the constant in the problem. And what is a constant in this problem?
7.
7. So it's going to be 0, 7. Now we are ready to graph. Negative 9. Yes. Axis of symmetry is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Vertex is 4, negative 9. If I say this as negative 9, this is the vertex. Axis of symmetry is 0, 7. Sorry, y-intercept is 0, 7. Let's see. Where is the third point? The distance from here to here is 4, correct?
So 8,
8, 7, right? So it's going to be 5, 6, 7, 8. You're just going to reflect. So from here to here, it is 4. You just have to move that many distance on the other side of the axis of symmetry. So you get 8, 7. And now you just, oops. Is it clear?
Yep.
Okay. So you're only going to find these 3 things as the work. The fourth thing, which is the third point, is actually just by looking at the graph and then flipping it over the other side. Okay, go ahead. What is the domain?
All real numbers.
All numbers, and ranges.
Everything above negative 9.
Correct. That's correct. Okay. Okay. Now the thing is, let's go back to the lesson and see what's the next thing. Okay. Now, do you see that over here? I'm coming back to this point. When the leading coefficient is positive, your graph is going to open up, and when it is negative, it's going to open down. Right? Okay. Now, I just have to tell you guys something about that. So let's try. Okay, if page. When or if A is greater than 0, the parabola is going to open up. When it opens up, this is the vertex. So when the parabola is opening up, do we have a maximum point or a minimum point on the graph?
Minimum.
This is the minimum, because vertex is the minimum point and everything else is above it. So we call this minimum value or minimum, yeah. And the minimum value is the y-coordinate of the vertex. Minimum value is the y-coordinate of the vertex. Okay, now how about if it's less than 0? In that case, yeah, in that case, you're going to have a graph that opens down. In this case, if you look at the vertex is actually the maximum value on the graph. And that's, again, the y-coordinate of the vertex. So this is very important, guys. Remember, when A is greater than 0, we have a minimum value. When A is less than 0, we have a maximum value. Is that clear? Now we are going to the lecture, our third example. Look at this example, example 3. You're asked to tell whether the function has a maximum value or a minimum value, and then you're asked to find the value. So you can easily figure out if it is maximum or minimum just by looking at the leading coefficient. What is the leading coefficient in this problem?
15.
No, leading coefficient is the coefficient of the x squared.
Oh, so it's 5.
Yeah.
5.
It's 5. Okay. So you say that since A is greater than 0, because it's a positive 5, your parabola is going to open up. If it opens up, are we going to have a maximum or minimum value?
Minimum.
Minimum. These information are just for you. So now you know that it's the minimum value that you're finding, not the maximum. Okay. Now, how do you find the minimum value? It's the y-coordinate of the vertex. In other words, you have to find the vertex first. Okay, let's find the vertex. Okay, to find the vertex, first we are going to find the x-coordinate. X-coordinate of the vertex. X-coordinate of the vertex is x is equal to negative b divided by 2a. Don't forget the formula. Negative b is negative 15 divided by 2 times 5. Negative 15 divided by 10, which is negative 3 over 2, or it's negative 1.5. The y-coordinate of the vertex is y is equal to 5 times negative 1.5 square plus 15 times negative 1.5 minus 10. If you want to use a calculator, go ahead and calculate the y value. Okay, what do you guys have? I got, let's see, where did I get? Ooh, that's a big That's it, like a negative number, but is that negative 21.25?
Sure.
Are you guys?
Uh,
Okay, try one more time. Negative 1.5, you square that and multiplying by 5. And then you add that to negative 1.5 times 15. And then minus 10. And that just happened to be in my calculation. But
I got negative 21.25.
Yeah, that's what I have. Negative 21.25. Okay. Now, if you look at my last, where did I? Okay. What is the minimum value actually? Are you going to write the entire vertex, or what exactly is the minimum value?
Just the y value.
Just the y coordinate. So I want you guys to write that down clearly. So minimum value is negative 21.25 and box it. Get it?
Yeah.
Okay. So the maximum or minimum value is nothing but the y coordinate of the vertex. And you can easily figure it out if it's minimum or maximum just by looking at the coefficient of x squared. If it's positive, you have a minimum value. If it's negative, you have a maximum value. All right. Let's look at one word problem. The other word problem, I think I'll do Wednesday when everybody comes today. So far, we have 12 people. Let's just do, I think the maximum we had the last week was 24 or something, which was pretty good. Okay, look at example 29. So 24 is very good. So we have 29 kids in our class, 29 or 30. And then, yeah. Okay, you guys read the question carefully.
Which one are we doing?
Number 4, example 4.
Oh, okay. I thought you said you were going to skip a problem.
Yeah,
Skip number 5.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. Okay, did you guys read the problem? These word problems, if you read carefully, there are some keywords, okay? And I want you guys to underline that. A company plans to have coffee mugs produced with the company logo on them. The cost of each mug depends on the number of mugs that are ordered and is modeled by this quadratic equation. Where x is, I want you guys to underline this, where x is the number of mugs and x is the number and y is the cost. What is the minimum cost? That means we are asked to find what? X or y?
Y.
Y, that's correct. And you also know one more thing. In a quadratic function, where does the minimum or maximum happen?
The constant.
If A is greater or less than 0.
The minimum or maximum happens at the vertex. Correct?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go back to this one more time. Where is that thing? Okay, see, listen, the minimum or maximum always happens at the vertex. Now, if you look at this question, they're asking the minimum cost of each mug, which you know, which is the y. What is that?
What?
Did anyone?
No.
Okay,
For
so
which
then which is
value?
which is the minimum cost, which is y. So we are going to find the y coordinate of the vertex. That's all it is. Even though it's a pretty long word problem, it's actually asking the y coordinate of the vertex. Right? Too much words, but this is all you're finding. Okay, that's the question. Can you directly go and find the y coordinate of the vertex? What do you have to find first?
The x value.
Correct. Find the x value. X coordinate. X is equal to negative b divided by 2a. Again, you can use a calculator for this one because it's too much decimals. Okay, tell me what this is.
500.
That's correct. Are we done with the problem?
No.
No, this is only the x coordinate. We are asked to find y because that's the cost. What is this x? What does x mean in the problem?
Oh, number. No, wait.
You're right, number of mugs.
Number
Correct.
of mugs.
So now we know that in order to have the minimum, you need to have minimum cost. We need to have at least 500 mugs made. Okay, which is okay. That's not what we are asked to find. It's the cost. So y is equal to 0. Okay, guys, calculate that, please.
0.05. Oh wait, no, never mind. I thought that was the.
That's fine, Jasmine. Try.
Is it $5?
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's wait.
$5.
Did you guys get 5?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct. So what is the minimum cost of each mug?
$5.
Correct. And how much do we have to make in order to sell them for $5?
500.
500.
500. That's what this problem means. So how did the lesson go?
Good.
Good.
Right? You know, I actually had a warm up for you guys and then I forgot because I messed up with the timing. I forgot. Okay. Do you guys want to try this? This is from chapter 7. Go ahead, try. On your own.
The notes.
Under the notes, that's fine. You don't have to write it as warm up.
Can we just do it on the back of the paper?
Yeah.
Because we printed it out, right?
That's fine.
This is chapter 7.
Yeah, I thought I would do some problems in between so that you guys will remember.
Okay.
Okay. Try that.
Is the lecture going to be like saved to the locker or something?
Yeah, I'm going to, not to the locker, it's going to be in Google Classroom. I can't save, yeah, this is too long to put it in School Loop.
Okay, that's
Wait,
fine.
are you gonna update the locker? Because the locker has lecture notes up to 8.3.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, for the next 2 lessons, I will upload those 2 into, that is locker, I prefer locker, but then these are long, so I'm going to put it in Google Classroom.
Okay.
Okay?
The next meetings are Wednesday and Thursday.
At
Correct.
2.
And Jasmine, it's at 2, okay? It was my bad that I put it as 1 for the email.
Okay.
Yeah, I was trying to log in at like 1 and I was like, it's not working.
I know. So it's supposed to be 2, but I don't know, like, yeah. Okay, who joined now? We have 12 people now. It's gone again.
Imad.
Imad
I
left.
also joined.
Oh, Risha. Yeah, Risha, like the timing was, but everything is,
I got it. Yeah, so I'm fine.
Okay, all right. So we are doing a warm up at the end, actually. It can be called the exit ticket because we are going to exit soon. Okay, so I'm going to jump in, or do you guys want to try on your own?
Jump in.
Jump in? Okay. Okay, when you factor a polynomial, the first thing always is the greatest common factor. Do we have any greatest common factor in this problem?
No. Well, no. Do we?
I feel like there is something there.
A 2?
Correct. So we are going to take a 2 out. Okay. When you take the 2 out, which means you're going to divide everything by 2. That's what it means.
25 y squared. Is that
Plus,
120?
yeah, 61 plus
34.
30.
1, 4, 6.
Okay. So it's 2 times. In the parentheses, we have 25y squared plus 60y plus 36. Now, I'm going to ask you guys one thing. Inside the parentheses, is that a perfect square trinomial?
No.
Perfect square trinomial.
Yeah.
How do you check something is a perfect square trinomial? You're going to check the first term. Is
Well,
that a perfect square?
Yes.
yes.
You're going to check the last term. Is that a perfect square?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then you're going to take the square root of that, which is 5y times
Oh.
6, and multiply by 2 and see if this is the middle term.
Then
Yeah.
yes.
Is that the middle term?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so then check this is a perfect square trinomial. What you have to do, it's been a while, it's been more than a week now that you guys learned this. So it's okay, you forgot.
5y plus 6 squared, right?
Very
And-
good.
Or 2 there.
And there is a 12 factor. So this is how you factor it. Okay. Question B. Do we have a common factor?
2.
2. Take the 2 out. What goes inside the parentheses is,
M squared minus 25.
does this look familiar? Like the special product. Is that any of the special products?
Yes.
Does it look like the difference of 2 squares?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if it looks like the difference of 2 squares, then what are the factors?
M.
M and 5.
M and 5. So first you do M plus 5. Doesn't matter actually. And then you do minus 5. So that's the answer. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's the end of today's meeting. Do you guys have any questions?
No.
How are you guys doing?
Good.
Are you guys enjoying this long break?
No.
Literally dying of boredom.
I know.
I know.
Boredom is better than stress. Right?
No,
I know.
Kalion, what do you think?
No, I'd rather be doing something than just sitting here.
No, I
Right,
have
me too.
I tried to learn to skateboard.
Oh,
I've been playing the Wii.
all right. Yeah. So then, so what I'm thinking, I will also post it in School or a Google Classroom, most probably Google Classroom. I'm thinking I'm going to collect some of the homeworks this Wednesday.
Okay.
Okay. And what you guys have to do, I'm going to create an assignment and the due date will be this Wednesday. And I will also write down which assignments are due that day, because you have been doing the past week some homeworks, but I haven't checked anything. So it's most probably the homework that you guys did last week. I'm going to collect this Wednesday. Even if you did not do it, you still have 2 more days to do it. And then I'm going to collect some homeworks next Wednesday also.
Okay.
So I think I'm going to go with collection. You guys are turning in assignments only once per week. That's my plan. But anyway, math department is planning to meet tomorrow. Let's see what others are thinking, and then we'll decide. Okay, so check School Loop as well as Google periodically, so for any update from my side.
Okay.
So
Bye.
See y'all Wednesday.
bye. You guys Wednesday at 2 p.m. Okay, 2 p.m.
Okay, bye.